Welcome to the Buddhism Guide podcast. I'm Yeshe Rabgye, and this episode is called Secular Buddhism, Bridging Eastern Wisdom and Western Minds. This podcast is free and independent due to member support, and thank you to everyone who supports the show. If you're interested in supporting my work, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Buddhism Guide. And if you'd like to see more of my content, please visit the website yesherabgye.com. In this episode, I'll be talking about the differences between secular and traditional Buddhism. So let's get started. Buddhism, originating in ancient India, has traversed continents and centuries, touching the lives of millions. As it spread to the West, it underwent adaptations to resonate with the Western mindset. One such adaptation that gained popularity is secular Buddhism. I want to explore the essence of secular Buddhism, its distinctions from traditional Buddhism, and the reason behind what I think is its appeal to Westerners. Secular Buddhism is a contemporary movement that seeks to distill the core teachings of Buddhism while shedding some of its religious and metaphysical elements. It embraces a humanistic approach, emphasizing the practical application of Buddhist principles in everyday life. By focusing on the universal truths of human suffering and the pursuit of happiness, secular Buddhism aims to make Buddhist teachings accessible to people of various religious backgrounds and those that have no religion at all. Before I go on, I should declare an interest here. I'm Western and spent many years studying traditional Buddhism, especially Tibetan Buddhism. I then spent several more years trying to separate what I believe to be Buddhist teachings and that of cultural embellishments. This led me to start teaching Buddhism in a more secular way. I definitely would not class myself as a traditional Buddhist, but would not say that I'm fully secular either. For me, Buddhism is not about rituals and dogma. In fact, I don't think it's a religion at all. It's a path of practice. Teaching in a secular way helps me make Buddha's teachings relevant to today's world. If the teachings aren't relevant and practical, they aren't of any use. Well, that's just my personal opinion for what it's worth. Now, back to the purpose of this article. Let's look at some differences between traditional and secular Buddhism. Secular interpretation. Secular Buddhism places a strong emphasis on rationality and critical thinking, which I believe Buddha was emphasizing in his teachings. It encourages practitioners to interpret Buddhist teachings in light of scientific knowledge and contemporary understanding, rather than relying solely on traditional beliefs and dogmas. Non-religious nature. Unlike traditional Buddhism, secular Buddhism does not require adherence to supernatural concepts such as rebirth or karma. It allows individuals to engage with Buddhism on a philosophical, psychological, or ethical level, without subscribing to religious rituals or supernatural beliefs. It encourages the practice side of Buddhism rather than the ritual side. It doesn't say karma and rebirth are untrue. It simply keeps an open mind. Ethical focus. While traditional Buddhism encompasses a broad range of practices, including devotional rituals and monastic discipline, secular Buddhism places primary importance on ethical conduct, mindfulness, and meditation. It emphasizes the cultivation of compassion, wisdom, and personal well-being as central aspects of the path. Cultural adaptation. Secular Buddhism recognizes the need for contextual adaptation as it encounters diverse cultural backgrounds. It encourages practitioners to explore the teachings of Buddhism in a way that aligns with their own cultural values and social norms. So then, why is secular Buddhism so attractive to Westerners? Here are some reasons I feel are relevant. Compatibility with Western thought. Secular Buddhism harmonizes with the Western tradition of philosophical inquiry and scientific exploration. By emphasizing humanistic values, critical thinking and personal agency, it resonates with the intellectual frameworks prevalent in Western life. Psychological and emotional well-being. Humans often experience high levels of stress, anxiety, and existential dilemmas. Secular Buddhism offers practical tools such as mindfulness and meditation to address these challenges. It focuses on self-awareness, acceptance, and compassion, and that provides a framework for psychological growth and emotional well-being. Individual autonomy. Secular Buddhism empowers individuals to explore and adapt Buddhist teachings according to their own needs and aspirations. It encourages personal agency, allowing practitioners to integrate Buddhist principles into their lives without constraints imposed by religious dogma or institutional authority. Emphasis on ethics and social justice. Secular Buddhism highlights the ethical dimensions of Buddha's teachings, urging practitioners to cultivate compassion and engage in social responsibility. This resonates with Western sensibilities, aligning with the values of equality, justice, and environmental sustainability. Interfaith dialogue. Secular Buddhism offers a bridge for interfaith dialogue as it transcends religious boundaries and welcomes people from diverse backgrounds. It encourages mutual understanding and collaboration between Buddhist practitioners, atheists, agnostics, and individuals from other religious traditions. So, secular Buddhism represents a dynamic and evolving approach to the ancient wisdom of Buddhism. By stripping away the religious trappings and embracing a more humanistic and pragmatic perspective, it has become an attractive path for many Westerners seeking spiritual fulfillment and personal growth. The compatibility of secular Buddhism with Western thought, its emphasis on psychological well-being, individual autonomy, ethics and social justice, and its ability to foster interfaith dialogue are some of the reasons behind its appeal. Secular Buddhism serves as a bridge between Eastern wisdom and Western minds, allowing individuals to engage with Buddha's teachings without the need for religious conversion or dogmatic adherence. It offers a practical and accessible approach to incorporating Buddhist principles into one's daily life, helping individuals navigate the challenges of the modern world. However, it's important to note that secular Buddhism is not without its critics. Some argue that it dilutes the depth and richness of traditional Buddhist teachings, and that removing the religious and metaphysical elements can diminish the transformative potential of the practice. Others express concern that secularization may lead to a superficial understanding of Buddhism, focusing solely on self-improvement rather than the deeper spiritual aspects. Nonetheless, secular Buddhism has undoubtedly made Buddhism more accessible and relevant to the Western world. It has sparked conversations and dialogue, encouraging individuals to explore their own beliefs, values, and paths to self-discovery. By adapting to the cultural context and addressing the needs of Westerners, Secular Buddhism has become a dynamic and evolving movement that continues to attract a growing number of practitioners. So in a nutshell, Secular Buddhism represents an evolution of Buddhist thought that resonates with the Western mindset. By emphasizing rationality, ethics, mindfulness, and personal well-being, it offers a practical and adaptable approach to the timeless wisdom of Buddhism. While it may differ from traditional Buddhism in certain aspects, it provides a valuable entry point for Westerners seeking to explore Buddhist teachings and integrate them into their lives. Ultimately, the appeal of secular Buddhism lies in its ability to provide guidance and insight on the path to self-discovery, inner peace, and compassionate living in the modern world. That's it for this episode. I hope you found it of some benefit. And don't forget to check out my website, yesherabgye.com. So, until the next time, bye for now.